Hi Year 1, Year 2. Hope you've had fun with your experiments so far, and well done to those of you that have sent your work in. Fantastic stuff. Today we're going to have a think about density, buoyancy, dissolve, liquid and solid. Now, if you've been to the seaside and you've had a swim in the sea, and I have to admit I've done a lot of that, you will notice two things about the water. No, probably three. One is that it's very cold, unless of course it was somewhere nice like the Mediterranean when the water is quite warm. The other one is it has lots of salt in it, which makes your eyes sting, and if you drink it, it makes you very thirsty. And the other thing is that it has waves. It's not straight like a swimming pool. The water goes up and down and up and down. And I got to thinking, do any of those things help a whale to float? Do waves help them? Does the salt in the water help them? Or does the coldness, the temperature of the sea help them to float? So I've got an experiment that I'd like, there's two today actually. One to experiment about and discover dissolving, and another one is to look at how density affects the buoyancy of an object. So the first one I want you to have a go at, I've got it set up here, look. It's an experiment to explore dissolving. Dissolving's when a solid, when mixed with water, a liquid, disappears. It doesn't actually disappear, but you can't see it. The way that you can't see salt in the water, but you can certainly taste it, can't you? So it disappears by sight, but it might not disappear in other ways. For this experiment, you need your equipment. So 4 containers that are transparent. Remember, when transparent from your materials work, it means it's see-through. We can see exactly what's happening in there. Now I've also made sure that we've got exactly the same amount of water, just to make it fair, because when we're doing science experiments you need to make it a fair experiment. Wouldn't work if this one was full but this one only had half of the water in it. So we've got 4 transparent containers with the same amount of water in. We've got some sugar, some coffee, some pepper and some tea, and 2 little spoons, one wet one, one dry one. So this one will be used on the dry substances, and this one will be if it gets wet, if it's needed, if it's get wet. So, excuse me, my ear's hurting me. What I want you to do is to take a teaspoon of one of your substances. Make it a level teaspoon by just leveling it like that. So again, we're being fair. So we do that with all of them, and then put it into the water. I have to say that my water is at room temperature. It's not fresh cold from the tap, and it's not hot. So it's just the same temperature as the room. And I'm going to put it in and watch. What haven't I done? We've talked about the experiment, we've talked about the equipment. We didn't predict. Oh, Miss Lisa. Quickly. Miss Lisa, what do you think the sugar will do in the water? Well, where have I used sugar before? I've used sugar when I cooked cake and there wasn't sugar in the cake. People put sugar in their tea and they don't have lots of sugar left in it, and they don't have to sift it through their teeth. So I think that sugar might dissolve. I think it might disappear in the water so that I can't see it. Obviously it'll be there to taste. So that's what my prediction is. My prediction for coffee. Well, you know, when you put water on coffee, yeah, I don't drink bits of coffee, do I? So this instant coffee, I think it dissolves in water. Yep, I think it will. Now I'm not going to go through the others, and you don't have to have these 4 soluble substances. You can use 4 other ones. That's completely up to you. So go through your predictions and think if you can say why, then talk about your results. Well, most of my sugar is actually dissolved, but there's a little bit on the bottom. Wonder how I could try and make that dissolve a bit better. So most of it has dissolved, so I'm going to say my prediction was right. Now if you wanted to, you could make a note of your predictions just so you could tick it, couldn't you? And I'm not going to do the coffee or the other ones because that's what I want you to do. You do the fun bits.